Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 6 British cruiser, Leander. She has 31,100 health, a top speed of 34.1 knots, 8 152mm guns, 8 torpedoes, a surface detect of 8.8 kilometers, and 36 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift. For my commander, basic survivability, faster torpedo rearm, superintendent, survivability expert, and concealment. We are on the map Shards, and this should be fun. I enjoyed this game very much so. If you watched it on the stream, then you will recognize the title, but it is enjoyable. We are bottom of the barrel tier. We're tier 6 in a tier 8 match. I don't really post games like this that often because, quite honestly, it's very difficult to find success as a low tier. But I will say, the British cruiser line is such a unique beast that, honestly, tier is irrelevant. You will be wiped out whether you're top tier, mid tier, or bottom tier if you play it incorrectly. And one thing I would like to say, I did not notice that I received support from someone during the stream. I would like to thank Bigfoot Adams for the tips that he sent in, or her. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you chose to support me and my content, and I'm just sorry that I didn't get to it during the stream. So, I usually go towards C point from the south spawn, and I usually die. So this time I'm going towards the A point. I'm not going to try and overcome the obstacle. I'm just going to flow with my team, provide support, see how well that works out. And that's basically what you have to do in a British cruiser. You have to provide support. Now, we see an enemy, Fubuki, attempting to capture B. I lead him in the direction he's headed, and I fire my AP-only gun, and we get pretty good damage, honestly. 2,600, we defend the base. He's going to have to use smoke if he's really interested in avoiding the attention that my team is giving him. And I am always checking, what are you doing? What do you intend to do? What's your goal? What do you do in battleships? Cruisers, what do you want? And yep, they want me. They say, oh, he's out in the open. Let's go after the British cruiser because he's so easy to kill. He is very easy to kill, but it's very easy to hide myself. And I'm more interested in making sure this guy dies, and we're able to follow up. Fantastic damage from the friendlies. We earned first blood. Not bad, I'd say, for a tier 6 and a tier 8 match. As the destroyer, you cannot risk your ship that early. This is why I always say that destroyers are very hard to play, same with cruisers. If you are caught out, and you do not use your cooldowns correctly, you're dead. So I'm going to transition to the enemy Atago, and my stream was basically dedicated to trying to earn the Takao. And I'm apologizing right now if I can't pronounce it correctly. I have done my research. I know what it's supposed to be pronounced in native Japanese. I just probably can't reach it, okay? I'm sorry. And for the North Americans, it's much easier for us. The enemy is, of course, behind the island. I cannot engage him. But that doesn't mean that the smoke is wasted. Don't leave the smoke. I have at least 40 seconds left on the smoke. I'm just going to chill. Interesting. Enemy Mahan. Popeye Steel. Maybe that's a reference to Popeye the Sailor Man, right? That's what he's called? Where he would eat... What is it? Gosh, it's blanking. He would eat a green plant and it would make him really strong. And he could, like, punch and beat up anyone. I'm just blanking. Spinach! Spinach! He would eat spinach. The enemy's, of course, not detected anymore. We've got about 10 seconds left before the smoke is gone. What are we about to do now? As we come out of this, our detectability is pretty good. Not really likely that the enemy is going to spawn us, but I don't intend to stay in this area. I intend to try and bring my guns to bear against the enemies over by A. And of course, by doing that, we reveal ourselves to every single ship within line of sight. And it looks like that enemy destroyer went to try and capture B, but he didn't expect a friendly destroyer to be on the point. There are so many people over here. It's going to be a bloodbath. You really don't want to show yourself. You want to be very cautious. You want to let things come to you, and especially as a British cruiser, let the game come to you. Don't try too much. Don't overextend. And I'm talking to myself as well. Don't you dare, Notser. Don't you overextend. And I could have engaged that cruiser. Would have been one shot. I would have revealed my position. Quite frankly, it's not worth the damage I could potentially do to the target when I have the potential to take out the enemy destroyer very quickly. Tier is irrelevant when it's a destroyer. And we scout him out. He's 8.7. He decides to engage a friendly. I'm going to try and lead him in the direction he's headed, and we fire our guns. Now, I am showing my side to a lot of battleships, I think, a lot of cruisers, but I think the risk is worth it if we could take him out of the match. This is the last enemy destroyer on their team, and the Mutski is under fire. So each salvo, 3,000, not bad at all. Very clean, very crisp. The AP feels good. He decides to pop a smoke. I don't blame him. I would pop my smoke too if I was taking fire for more than a second. And now we're undetected. Every single target that could detect us is behind an island or smoke. How convenient. Notice on the minimap, this Congo, for whatever reason, he's not moving, but notice that there's an enemy, Chapayev, and the last known position, he was on the other side of the island. Of course, he continued going on the island, and he came out this end. I intend to pop my smoke and fire at the waterline, and he apparently doesn't really mind if I do just that. Now, we miss the Citadel, but we do 3,000 points of damage. I'm trying to rotate my guns into position. I do sacrifice Expert Marksman for faster torpedo rearm. There's a Citadel. A little bit more damage, please. I have found that it works pretty well with the British cruiser line. The turret rotation's pretty quick, and having extra torpedoes is sort of like having extra solutions for an armored or angled target. You kind of need it. That worst case scenario, bow on or stern on battleship, yeah, you don't really know any way of defeating him without torpedoes. And the Citadels are working just fine. He's just showing too much side. He's using his radar, and I'm trying to back up. This is bad for me, but honestly, it's worse for him. And we just barely missed that kill. 2,000. He's down to 1,000. I fire one last salvo. Friendlies don't appear to be able to answer. And yes, we take out the enemy. And we're still pretty healthy, considering he had radar. Now, I don't know why he held off. Maybe it was on cooldown. I can't get into his mind. I would love to see exactly what he was seeing in the moment. But I just couldn't. So, we can move forward. That stationary... I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea. There shouldn't have been a Congo in the game either way. That was a failed platoon, but that's neither here nor there. The game is pretty close. The enemy team has one more kill. And we do have a base advantage. I will grant you that. That is an advantage. But we haven't had it for that long. So we still have to play cautiously. We can't overextend the ship. And in scenarios like this, you're basically a de facto destroyer. You can provide intel that no one else can gather because of the concealment that exists for your ship. The combination of smoke and just detectability. Previously to this, well, to probably this week, I didn't have a level 5 British commander, but I do now, of course, and oh boy, it feels a lot better. It feels a lot better. You need concealment. You absolutely need concealment. Even if you don't have a module, you're still way ahead of the design path for the British cruiser line. And that is one of the things that is frustrating to me, because they sort of balance the game around you min-maxing everything that could potentially be min-maxed. Obviously, concealment is one of those, and it's such a huge impact on the game that they have to. But then, if you don't have concealment, you're basically playing a ship and a class and a line weaker than its intended design. So, enemy Scharnhorst is attempting to capture A, and he's probably going to capture it. And based on what he's doing, it appears that he might actually head to a gap. He might push on through to that area just in front of me between those two islands. And I am so excited for the potential to ambush this guy. Remember, British cruisers have torpedoes except for the Belfast, and it might as well because of its HE. It's so ridiculous. You can't really deal with it. So we catch an extra sight of him. Friendly battleship is an assistant towards that, and it looks like he might smell something. Remember, the last time I was spotted, I was fighting the Chapayev over by B. The only thing he knows is that there are enemy ships over by B. He has been given no tell whatsoever that I am here. I have thankfully been able to sneak over here, and it doesn't appear that he has his aircraft, so this might work out pretty good. So I use my heal, but I actually try to use my hydroacoustic, and I'm not going to realize that until someone in the chat goes, use your hydroacoustic, and I'm like, I did use it, and then I actually look at the screen and I say, no I didn't, wow. So I'm going to press it. And oh boy, look how close he is. He is so tense. He can't see me. I can see him, and he knows that he is being detected by something that is not natural. But he cannot see me. And this is how close we are. But he cannot see me. So I send my narrow spread. There's narrow and single. I send narrow. I don't want to give him a chance. And oh, we knocked him out. 22,000. We needed all but one torpedo to take him out, and I'm sure he's just livid. He knew it, he smelled it, he had an idea that that was coming, but he fell right into the trap. There's nothing he could have done there. He needed extra information. I was lucky that he did not have any way to gather that between his ship and aircraft or friendly aircraft. So, I can move forward. There is an enemy battleship that was last spotted over by A. It's still a really close game. Now that enemy Atlanta in the background, he's taking fire. But the enemies do outnumber the friendlies who are pushing forward. So we still need to be pretty cautious and play this right. Enemy New Mexico is side on. And the AP is going to do quite well. Oh, I want to kill that Atlanta so bad. I don't want to pull a Notser though. Let's stay off of the island, okay? Let's just stay off of that island. And you can see, slowly his guns are rotating. Ever so slowly. Look at that, slow. They want me really bad. I would like to just move forward, sit in the capture, and then get in my smoke. Now we're going to take HE. Interesting. Maybe he intended to fire on a battleship. Who knows? Who can say, right? Either way, we are now in the capture point. I am dropping to half impulse, as I said. And I've just been watching too much Star Trek, okay? It's the speed they use, the engine system that they use when they're not at warp speed. For anyone who's curious, it fits. You know, we're half impulse. We're not going super fast. We just intend to capture the point and engage the New Mexico now. He is showing very little side. AP is going to be very ineffective. I could potentially send my torpedoes. Now, I do not recognize this as quickly as I probably should have. It is important that you recognize the torpedo systems because that's it. That's your only solution to a target that is very angled. Now, of course, he softens it. I lead him in the direction he's headed. I do single fire. You really want to do single launch torpedoes when the target is moving at full speed, because even a narrow spread, you're probably only going to hit 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. If you can get really fortunate that the player does not change their speed or heading, guess what? All 4 will hit directly center of the ship. And it looks like we're going to be that successful. I am getting a little worried that he's taking a significant amount of damage, and I would prefer it not to, and the torpedoes are getting so close. Enemy was kill secured by a friendly. Oh, well, we deserve this Atlanta kill. No, we didn't work on it. No, friend, stop it. Don't take the kill. Well, I think we did a good job for our team. I think as a tier 6 in a tier 8 match, we delivered a carry moment for the British cruiser line. Now, it's not a typical carry. We're not trying to take damage. We are doing anything but taking damage. We just want to put ourselves in a position to exploit the weaknesses of the enemy. And we did it with the Scharnhorst, we did it with the Chapayev, and we did it with the New Mexico. Granted, we almost torpedoed him. So close. 3 kills is satisfactory, though. I can't complain. Confederate, devastating strike on the horse. It was fun. It was really enjoyable. I have to say, I do not feel that the British cruiser line is completely worthless anymore. I do feel that it basically requires concealment, but there is joy to be found in the design, and I look forward to exploring it and getting higher tier ships and playing those. One thing that I struggle with myself, oh, we can get our 4th kill! We don't deserve this one, but we did deserve that New Mexico. Please, friendly, don't touch him, please. Oh, we missed. I think we're gonna hit him here. Is this gonna be enough? No, superficial. Okay, I see how it goes, guys. You just want to kill secure in front of me. You just want to take everyone who's low. And no, I didn't legitimately earn $1 million. It's from the costume party, okay? We earned Confederate, First Blood, 3 kills, 105,000 points of damage. Pretty good. We defended some captures, we captured some bases, we hit some torpedoes. A solid British cruiser game, if I've ever had one. Maybe 3, 4, 5? Who's to say, right? And that million's nice. I am a cheap person. I don't have any credits whatsoever. Please, Super Crate, give me money. Please. Just do it for me. Do it for me, okay? But it was really enjoyable. I love this game. I loved pretty much every tactic worked splendid. We earned 2,184 base XP. Top on the team, of course. Of course! And that's going to work well towards the Arpeggio ship. Most of my damage in armor piercing, but the 3 torpedoes on the Scharnhorst are pretty good. I hope this was enjoyable. There is hope. Those who are trying to play the British cruiser line, good luck. I hope you have success in the future. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.